end of SummerSlam tier is in sight. In fact, in just over a week, we should be seeing a brand new tier, and SuperCard is kind of chugging, if not coughing and spluttering over the line. I think that last man standing for Rhea Ripley did a little bit more damage than it did good. I think it wore a few people out. But today is talking potentially even further into the future. We've got a brand new secret, somehow found out feature which I haven't spoken about yet. In this video, we're going to talk about what it could mean and what the use of this is for the future of SuperCard. But for something more immediate, well,
Brock Lesnar is here.
Yes, if you haven't seen it already, this is a brand new card which is going to be available from this evening. I'm not sure how it's going to be available, Puzzler or whatever. All I know is that yes, we're going to have Reward Mania. Puzzler would be great, by the way. We've got this random ding dong hello quest. I have no idea what this is for. Reward Mania begins, and yes, you've got your daily streaks, and the new one is for this amazing Brock Lesnar hat. Yes, we had a Trish Stratus sparkly hat. Now we have a just straight up cowboy hat. That'd be doing it a little bit injustice. It's not just a cowboy hat, it's a Brock Lesnar cowboy hat. So make sure you're on top of your daily streaks for this week. I saw a few people missing out on Trish Stratus to get yourself those icon bonuses. Also recently, you may or may not know this, but it does seem that Edge, the rated R superstar, is leaving WWE. It's not confirmed, but it's very much a kind of like a worst kept secret. He's not renewed contracts with WWE, so this event very well could be the last time we see Edge in SuperCard for at least a few years, potentially for good. Got myself the heroic stuck on his return image, which was from WrestleMania 36 tier, and I'll just have to say it's been a ride, hasn't it? Whether it is or it isn't the last we'll see of him, guys, I want to know in the comments what you think was the best Edge moment. Just your own personal opinion. I'm not talking about what everyone else thinks, just you. And if you include a like and you make sure you're subscribed with that, I'll be giving away one of these Trish Stratus packs that are on a WWE SuperCard store with a chance of getting yourself one of those icon Trish Stratuses. Just a disclaimer, if that changes to a Brock Lesnar one, it'll be a Brock one, just so people don't get angry that I've misadvertised or whatever. Lastly, like always, there's a secret word in the video. Find it, stick it in the comments as well, and you may just win yourself a free special pack just for you. Yeah, you over there. I'm talking to you. You're awesome. In fact, you're all awesome. But as awesome as you are, we're here to talk about something very particular for the future. And this is something that was found. I need to know where the origins of this was, but when I found this and I started using it, it was very intriguing. I'm talking, if you don't know, that between the star count for the tier and the little button that changes the top from the bottom, there's an additional button you can't see, because I'm assuming it's a tester. They do this all the time with the games. In fact, if anyone remembers, the most infamous of hidden items menus was the debug menu, which you could use to give yourself basically infinite cards, change your image to whatever you wanted it to, even if it was a support, an enhancement. A lot of people who went for the local talent, which is why it then ended up as a remastered card, for that very reason. But by pressing this, it brings up craftable cards. Now, it allows you to choose between which types of cards can be included. First of all, you go to male, it will only show all the male cards in the tier. If you go to female, it only shows the ladies of the tier. And that's something I thought that the game has needed for a long time, is the ability to kind of sort cards. So, it's all nice going along to names, but why can't we just see the up arrows in a tier, or the down arrows in a tier, or a left and right, or who's got the best power stat, for example. But the craftable bit has me really interested, because this hints at least that cards, at least the base tier cards, will be able to be created by you, me, whoever was playing the game, using, I'm assuming, some kind of ingredients. Now, if you're not a long-time player of the game, this harkens all the way back, and some people will know what I'm talking about when I say Fusion Fury. This is an event where you got specific cards, put them all together. Sometimes they were special edition cards, sometimes they were just cards you found in an event. You stuck them into the fusion chamber, kind of like how we have the ingredients now, and you got a special card. But that event only lasted one time, whereas the next Fusion Fury was a little bit less specific, but you could put certain tier cards in. Now, this could be very similar to the shifter cards from last year's Arcane tier and SummerSlam tier. However, these are not for special cards. It looks like these are only for base cards. Just to show you in case you freak out, make sure you go to general, otherwise all of your special cards will be missing from the catalog. Just go back, press general, and it goes back to normal. And you can do this on every single tier. I could do it for Myth tier. You'll notice how if I go to Craftable, again, all the special cards, ranked cards, or the event cards all disappear. For something this big, I mean, they could do a little kind of tester run in whatever the tier is coming up next week, and it would make sense given it's in the game already. But I think this is definitely more of a Season 10 thing than it is a new tier thing. But there is a way you can use it now, and this is a little bit cheeky. You can, of course, go along to all of the older tiers, and as you may or may not know, WWE changes its roster quite a lot. In fairness, the biggest time was during the pandemic era. Sorry, I don't want to bring back any bad memories for anyone, but that's the era of WWE where a lot of people were coming out of the company. Because of that, new people are coming back every so often and kind of like a dribbles of talent. So if you're wondering whether a certain person is in WWE SuperCard right now, you can actually go, and this did work for one very specific person, or two people, and that would be Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, who before this weren't able to be found in this crafting section. Then one day, boom, they showed up. Same with Bubba Ray Dudley when we had the Legacy event that popped up recently. But to use one that's quite a controversial selection, because of people want him back in the game, but it's just not the time right now to make that happen. Bray Wyatt, for example, if you go to crafting, his cards are not available. You can't craft them because his cards are lapsed from when he left WWE and now he's come back, but he was never put back into the game. So if you are wondering whether your favorite old school WWE superstar who left, for example, let's go and check Nia Jax, who just returned last week. See if she's craftable. That means at the moment she's not back in the game yet, which is not surprising. But if you are trying to find out when Nia Jax comes back in, keep an eye on that feature because it seems to tell you when these people are available to be crafted, even though the crafting feature isn't even available yet. Use it to your heart's content until they see this video and take it down, because we clearly wasn't meant to see it as it is. I think if we're moving into 4 to 5 5s, which it seems that we were with the test of the Robocop event, if that's going to be the case, there needs to be other ways of sourcing those cards, and especially with legacy cards. Now, one thing they maybe couldn't do was the ability to just pick a card, spend some super coins, and generate a random card that no longer exists in SuperCard. Maybe there was issues with doing that, because a big feature from NBA SuperCard, which hasn't really made its way over, was the ability to re-sign people. We had Catalog Pro. It was not really the same, even though it's a really cool little tool which helps people fill up their stars. And if we're going to have a focus potentially on stars, which I think is a big deal for you to have a decent collection in the game, especially for the longer players, you're going to need to have the ability for people to go back into their libraries and pick out the cards which may or may not be available in the game still. But a lot of that is speculation. Either it's something to do with being able to build up your card catalog, or it's something to do with how they're going to be moving on 4 to 5s to 4 to 5 now, and maybe it's a way of getting rid of cards you don't want to get a card you do want, or finding special items around SuperCard that you can then use to build or craft cards you need for a pro. Either way, it's exciting, and maybe I've rambled on too much, but don't forget that Trish Stratus pack is available. Let me know your thoughts on this and your favorite ever Edge moment with the secret word that's been hidden in this video. Make sure you hit the like button as well and subscribe, and you may be one of the lucky people who gets that special pack. But until next time, I have been JB, you have been awesome, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.